necessarily there is. I think there is a perception amongst some people at the top of this is what gamers want. But actually, I think that some of the most successful games, some of the groundbreaking games, the games we talk about here, are ones that don't apply to that lowest common denominator. Or to 15-year-old boys, as you say. Maybe that's the guilty pleasure. Actually, we'd like a game that isn't. Maybe so. That what I am segueing here. I like to highlight my segues, just to be clear that what I'm doing. But I think the thing is that tipping the guilty pleasure on its head is the guilty pleasure sometimes a game that's not a complex game, that's not a clever game, that's not a so when I say to you guys, what games have you been playing this week? I mean, come on, somebody has got to have been playing. I play a lot of Homescapes on my phone, which is a terrible, terrible phone matching game, and they have released a new game from the same people called Mirror something, where I have to do spot the difference in pictures, and I'm like, that to me that is a guilty pleasure game, because I don't want to admit that as a proper gamer that I've spent the last few days looking at a scene of a garden going, where's the cat? Where's the bloody cat? So are there do we have any guilty pleasure games that are guilty pleasure games because they're not proper gamer games? Jem,
I'm gonna share. Yeah, I'm gonna share. This is what I have been playing this week. You see it.
I'm seeing a silhouette of people. Oh, Project Makeover.
Do you know what? It was advertised to me so much. This is the person I'm making over at the moment. It was advertised to me so much on everything, and I kept saying to my husband, shall I get it? I really want to get it. I really want to see, because I was really offended by all the sexist, because it was like, it's lots of the adverts are lots of people being made up to look rubbish and then getting really angry and throwing things at the camera and stuff, and I was really like, oh, but it's like all these girls and they're like trying to get the hot guy, and they're like, you know, they're not wearing the right clothes, or they've got like, they're really smelly or something, you know, it was, or really hairy, or all sorts of stuff that was like, oh, the horror, and I was really like, this is disgusting, this. And I said, I really didn't want to get it because I want to see what it's like, and so I downloaded it, and it isn't like that at all. Actually, I haven't come across anything like that. It's like a proper makeover thing, and it's, the first one was actually to make over. The second one was to make over a guy who like was a mechanic. You had to like give him a trim on his beard and stuff. But actually, 90% of the game is like balloon matching, so you're just matching up colors, and you have to, you know, that's all it is, and I really like that aspect of it. But I do also really like making their little houses look nice and tidying up their hair and giving them a facial. Yeah, I am really enjoying it, and it is, and I would not have, you know, like when you say like what games have you been playing this week, I'm like, not that. That's my secret. But I mean, it's like Merge Dragons for me. I'll lose interest in it in a couple of weeks. But yeah, it's problematic game because it's reinforcing very patriarchal stereotypes and all sorts of things. So
but you're loving it. Alex, you got any games that are embarrassing in that way?
I suppose not that I can think of recently. I'll probably go back to Barbie as my earlier example. It's a very similar thing. I just spent time like picking out their clothes and the swimwear and the different styles of clothes for like different times of day. And then they did a little fashion show, and it was like you could take pictures and everything. Just like silly things like that are actually quite fun. But yeah. Sorry, I'm in the meeting.
You can see I've just put hula hoops in my mouth.
Matt, talk, go.
Oh, I like to romance everyone. I like to go back through and play a game entirely all the way through just so I can romance different people. The one I've done that most with is Dragon Age Inquisition. I've romanced everyone, completed all the romance things, and just I enjoy the courting.
Have you, Matt,
Some
have you ever
video
played the old Dragon Ages, or have you only ever played Inquisition?
Yeah, I've played the other ones.
Ah, okay, yeah, because I was going to say the romancing leads to some more interesting storylines, I feel, in the old
Yeah,
ones.
they're the best. And hallelujah, they were going to be making the Dragon Age 4 into a fucking live, like, massive multiplayer thing. Which, what the fuck are they thinking? They made Anthem, and it was a disaster, and they were thinking of doing that again. But now, thank God, thanks to games like The Last of Us Part 2 and Horizon Zero Dawn, they're going, oh, maybe we should carry on with the single-player experience that we've done before, which has been utter magic, transcendent magic. Maybe we should carry on with that rather than doing a bullshit Anthem thing with something that is one of the best story-based, multiple, like, option thing doing ever. And thank God they've decided to do that. Thank God.
Games marketing is like because this combines everything we've talked about this show and last show, though, in terms of DLC, in terms of games trying to exploit money from people, in terms of loot boxing, but also the importance of us voting with our pockets and stuff like that. Is how do we ensure games companies make games that we want to play, games that we want to see other people playing. And you're absolutely right. It's like some of the things that have been done have usually been done on a cynical, well, that'll make a whole load of money. I mean, you look at what's going on with Hearthstone at the moment. It's just the most cynical money-making stuff that's going on in the world. And it's about, well, then do we boycott it? Do we say, right, well, we're not going to give you your money until you... I mean, I think the solution is that funnily enough, we get more women and minorities into making games, and I think this is one of the reasons we need to change the industry. But I don't know, other people's thoughts?
I agree that it's that's why part of the problem is, like when I was saying it's an incel's wet dream. If you have someone saying, well, this is what I want to play, and I assume that this is what everyone else wants to play, and no one around me is saying that is disagreeing with me because everyone around here looks like me and thinks like me, then that's why we get all the kinds of different media that we get at TV shows, movies, games, etc. It's because everyone is the same, making the same thing. Whereas if you get a diverse group of people making games, which is the way it needs to be with everything, because that's how you get things that actually apply to the most amount of people, and you can make transcendent things when you have diversity, bringing the best people in, truly. Then they'll say, oh, maybe we should do this game about a woman who gets raped and then is dancing around in a bikini, having sex with everyone when they meet. And then, someone else in the room is going to look at them and go, what the fuck are you talking about? Are you mad? And then that's where you can learn. You can go, oh, actually, yeah, why do I think I want that? Why is that a bit of a problem? It's okay to have thoughts and feelings. You can think and feel whatever you want. You be your authentic self. But then you need to bounce it around and learn about it. And then that's how you grow. That's why diversity is the best.
Of the design for a floor that had a mirror on the floor.
Mm.
And clearly there'd not been any women in the room who said nobody's going to want to walk along there wearing a skirt. We are now approaching wildcard time.
Wild curtain time.
Draw
back the wild curtain.
I feel like I need to get a name for this bit. It's the Caroline lets people say things they haven't had a chance to say yet in this show bit. Need to catch your time.
There will be a gaming thing. The Easter egg. Or something.
It's not a bad idea. But yeah, so has anyone got a quick, so it's like a countdown timer of quick, where are these?
You shared today, I think, that adult women are now the largest demographic in gaming, and I think we should acknowledge that. And I think that it links into what Matt was saying about, we need to start wising up about who we're designing the games for, because
there was this caveat with the article in that it was published in 2014 originally.
Oh.
Sorry.
Well, there you go. We've been the largest.
Yeah. But no, it's definitely for ages and ages. But yes, the survey is slightly outdated. Just to sorry. I always like to research the surveys because they're
No,
like
it's
one of the
good.
least reliable forms of news that we get all the time, and I hate it when people are like, "Oh, this survey says that half the people think this, but actually there's only like 10 people."
Yeah.
So it's just like you can easily gloss over the detail. Sorry, but that's
As
my
a
little
proper social
personal
scientist, and
gripe.
I never like to bring up the fact that I have a master's degree. Done it twice tonight. But yes, I am the unusual thing of having a BSc in politics, because like nobody has a bachelor's of science in politics, but basically because, as you say, that we needed to, it's statistics, and damned lies. But Jem, your point stands that we just talked over.
No, definitely. Sorry.
That if women are the biggest demographic, if women are playing games, if older women are playing games, if all of these things, why are we still designing games that are suited to 14-year-old boys?
Yeah.
Who don't know what a woman is. Like, not the nice 14-year-old boys, the 14-year-old boys who have only got a bizarre, hyper-pornified view of what women are.
That is further reinforced by the art that we consume.
Exactly.
Indeed.
An endless cycle.
Vicious cycle.
Yeah.
Right,